What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, we're gonna go through the 6 things that I wanna see upgraded on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. I've had all the Galaxy Z Folds from the 2 all the way up to the 5 currently, and I'm gonna give you my 6 improvements and upgrades that I wanna see come to the phone. First one is all about the front display. I've been asking for this for so many years, and it's still, out of all the folding phones I've used, from the Pixel Fold to, I assume, the OnePlus Open as well, which I will be getting at the time of making this video very, very soon, either today or tomorrow. I just don't ever really use this outside display. I mean, there's some cool things you can do with it, such as watch 21:9 aspect ratio videos and do phone calls and find your music and widgets that take hold of this long, tall display. But ultimately, it's not a display I really want to use. So I really want to see them just shorten it a little bit, widen that little baby out, and make it more like a traditional phone, so that when I don't want to open it or I really want to interact with it, it's not so tedious. You know, typing on this is just, I mean, you might love it. I don't personally love it, but everything on this is small, so it doesn't make it all that enjoyable to use. So improve it, make it bigger. Will we see it in terms of it being a bigger, wider display? That remains to be seen. Next up is faster charging. I want faster charging on the wired and on the wireless. I don't really use wireless, but it's high time they bring some more upgrades to this. We've been having, right now we have 25 watt charging on the Folds. They have 45 watt on the S23 Ultra. And I don't even mean bring this to 45 watt. Sure, do it, great. But go the extra step. Let's finally get out of this 45 watt charging conundrum that we're stuck in. And I don't know if they're worried because of how the technology is gonna potentially wear down the batteries, or they're worried about the phone getting so hot it's gonna burst into flames like the Note 7 did. I don't know what it is, but it needs to change. It's so ridiculous that all these other phones, especially in China really, are getting extraordinarily high charging speeds. And then even the OnePlus Open, you can get 67 all the way up to 80 watts of charging, depending upon where you get the phone. And that's so much faster than this. And it'll charge your phone in 42 minutes and has a bigger battery than this. And this will take basically an hour and 10 minutes to fully charge, maybe a little bit longer. It's just high time something changes with it. Number 3 is better cameras. Now, the latest rumors are that they're gonna use the same cameras as they have for the past 3 generations. The 4, the 5, and the 6 are reportedly gonna use very similar, if not the same, cameras. Now, it doesn't mean they can't improve them with technology, with software, with AI. They can, and maybe they'll make big advancements in that. I just don't have high hopes, because we've been saying this for years, and they just continually put mid-range cameras in the Z Fold line, and it looks like they're gonna do the same so far, from what we know. It could change on the Z Fold 6, and it's just underwhelming. And the cameras on the Z Fold 5 are a slight improvement over the Z Fold 4, but not so much where it'd be worth upgrading for. So Z Fold 6, I'm just hoping that they're gonna really bring us better cameras on the outside, on the inside, on the front display, and then definitely on this display as well. And this has definitely improved, probably one of the most versus last generation. So hopefully they do some big changes, at least in the software department, if they're gonna keep the cameras to change with the Z Fold 6. Next up is brighter displays. Now, the Z Fold 5 has some pretty bright displays, but when I use the phone outside, I want to be even more blown away by the brightness. And I think we'll probably get this one out of probably almost all the ones that I'm bringing up. I really feel like they'll do this. And that is, again, make the displays brighter. You look at the OnePlus Open, which currently has, I think it was 2,800 nits of brightness, which is extremely bright. And I can see them doing something similar, if not maybe even beating it, on the Z Fold 6. I think they'll come at least kind of close to it, and it'll be an improvement of what we get currently on the Z Fold 5. So brighter displays on the inside and the outside displays. I think we'll see that come to the next generation. Next would be S Pen integration. Why do we need S Pen integration? I personally don't use an S Pen, but when you think about how things roll with the S Pen, they have this technology for this phone, and having S Pen integration on the phone would make more people obviously use it. I don't still think it would be like a massive amount of people, but it would be a bigger amount of people that don't have to worry about buying it as a secondary piece of technology like they do now, and they have to get a special case to hold it if they want to bring it along with them. So I think that it'd be nice to see that Spen integration. It would potentially pull some of their customers from their 23, 24 Ultra line that already have the integrated Spen and bring them on to the Fold line, because that's potentially some things that those people want. And then also when it's integrated, you get all the Bluetooth functionality where you can use it as a camera function, so you can take photos from far away, and you can do air gestures and all kinds of cool things with it. But then also, this isn't an extra one, it's just kind of, if we're gonna get Spen integration, might as well add, I know some of you guys want it, I don't personally care for it, but I know you guys want it, so I'll just ask for it to the universe to be able to write on the front display with the Spen. That would be cool as well. Now, I kind of have a 6 and a 7, and they don't go hand in hand, but let's just talk about, we'll give you a bonus one, I guess. So the 6th one will go with a bigger battery. The other phones, especially OnePlus, Open, and some other Chinese manufacturers, have bigger batteries. This has a 4400 milliamp battery. Actually, isn't the Pixel, if I'm not mistaken, Pixel Fold has a bigger battery as well. They need to put a bigger battery in here because of the fact that we want to get more battery life out of this, and then you add in that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and putting that, which is supposed to be amazing at consuming the battery in terms of like how good it is. It doesn't like, wow, wow, wow. It's not chugging it, it's sipping it. And then you add a bigger battery, you're gonna get amazing battery life if that happens. So I would love to see a bigger battery. And the last one, a bonus one, is really the design. They've had the more or less, some things have changed, but they've more or less had the same design on these phones since it really came out. It hasn't changed all that much. And I think if you really want to improve sales, you need to change it a little bit to the point where people aren't like, that's the same phone as last year. We need something different. Completely change the camera design on the back. Change the aspect ratio, like I mentioned on the front display. Like, change some things about this. Come out with some nice different colors. There's really interesting things they could do with this phone to make it different. And I think it's time, again, to improve the sales as well, because visually, it's not awful looking, but it's time for a change in a major kind of way, just because I want to see something different. I assume other people do as well. They don't want to feel like they're buying the same phone year in and year out. Let me know your thoughts. What are some things that you would like to see upgraded? Give me your top 6 upgrades for the Galaxy Z Fold 6 in the comments down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.